The views and opinions expressed on Cocktails with Kenzie are those of the host and guest and do not necessarily reflect the views or official policies of any mentioned individuals, brands, or companies. This show is intended for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Cocktails with Kenzie is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by Crown Royal, Diageo, or any of their subsidiaries or partners. Any mention or display of products or drink recipes is for commentary and entertainment only. Listener discretion is advised. Now sip responsibly and let's get into the fun.
Let me ask you something before we even get started, and I really want you to answer this in the comments. Do you think it's okay to date the ex-spouse of a coworker, or is that morally wrong? Even if you're not friends with that person. I asked that question because tonight, that question just got very real. Stay tuned and I'll explain.
Pour it up, it's cocktails with Kenzie. Let's vibe. Talk in that talk with some truth on the side. Dasha and T, we keep it divided. Real talk and rhythm, yes, Kenzie time. Stay lit, stay real. It's cocktails with Kenzie, baby, that's the deal.
Tonight's episode is about boundaries in relationships, in redemption, and in real life. From a housewives moment that crossed the Bravo's worlds to Kanye West asking for forgiveness, to a story ripped from the headlines that reminds us what happens when control goes unchecked. But let's get into the drink of the week, and I'll be right back. The drink of the week is the line crosser, because every story tonight asks the same thing. Where is the line? And who's crossed it? You'll start off with 2 ounces of Crown Royal Regal Apple, half an ounce of fresh lemon juice, half an ounce of honey syrup, a splash of ginger beer, ice, and a lemon twist. It's smooth at first, then it hits you, just like tonight's conversations. Enjoy. Let's start with the moment that had Bravo fans clutching their pearls. During the Real Housewives of Potomac cast trip out west to Colorado, Ashley Darby had a very flirtatious run in with Mauricio Umansky. Yes, that Mauricio. Mauricio was married for over 25 years to Kyle Richards from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which makes Ashley and Kyle co-workers in a sense. This wasn't just random flirting, it crossed franchise lines. And Kyle later shared in a video that Giselle Bryant immediately reached out to her after the run in just to make sure she wasn't blindsided. Now, I want to be clear. Kyle didn't repeat what Giselle said. She simply acknowledged that she appreciated being told. Take a listen.
She and her flirting. Ashley. We actually talked about this the other day. I don't know how it was portrayed because I haven't seen the scenes. I saw something on Watch Happens Live, but I mean, if she was flirting, that's weird. I mean, I would never, I was talking about this yesterday, be able to date anybody that any of the women, a housewife, dated or married to. That's just weird. I don't know. And like, I'm like, you're embarrassing yourself doing that on camera. And he just bumped into them, by the way. But Giselle, I will say, she texted me right away because she felt uncomfortable. So she's like, just so you know, we just ran into Mauricio and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all good. I mean, I don't care, everyone can do what they want. I just thought that's embarrassing. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see it though, so I shouldn't really comment.
This is where it gets interesting. Ashley is divorced, Mauricio is separated. No one technically did anything illegal, right? But morals aren't about legality, they're about boundaries. So let's talk about it. Do you think it's okay to date the ex spouse of a coworker? Or is it morally wrong, even if you're not friends? Make sure you drop down in the comments because I want to hear what you guys have to say. Kanye West recently released a written apology addressing the Black and Jewish communities after years of harmful and offensive remarks. The timing raised eyebrows, though, especially because he also referenced new music. The ad he took out in the Wall Street Journal, titled To Those I've Hurt, is written as a personal reflection and apology. In it, Kanye, better known as Ye, details his struggles with mental health, a traumatic brain injury sustained in a 2002 car crash, and the consequences of behavior, according to him, occurring during untreated manic episodes. Ye wrote, I lost touch with reality, acknowledging that his actions caused fear, harm, humiliation, and pain to people close to him as well as the public. Ye stated he's deeply mortified by gravitating towards the swastika, which is a symbol of Nazi hate, and also selling merchandise featuring it. Now, if you'll recall, in February 2025, Ye purchased an advertisement that aired during the Super Bowl, directing viewers to his website. There, he promoted a $20 t shirt displaying a swastika, prompting immediate backlash from civil rights groups and Jewish organizations. In his apology, Ye states plainly, I am not a Nazi, or am I anti Semitic? I love Jewish people. The letter also includes a direct apology to the Black community, which Ye called the foundation of who I am. He also wrote that he is sorry for letting people down and added, I love us. Here's where I land. We all fall short of grace sometimes, and Kanye has openly shared his bipolar diagnosis for years. Now, that doesn't excuse harm, but it does demand nuance. I also wanted to add that the ad ends with Ye asking not for sympathy, but for time and accountability as he attempts to rebuild trust. According to him, he says, I write today to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home. So, what do you believe? Is this a genuine attempt at redemption or another moment designed to draw attention to an upcoming project? Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Ripped from the headlines. An Illinois vascular surgeon, Michael David McKee, has been charged in Ohio in the December 30th, 2025 shooting deaths of his ex-wife, Monique Tepe, and her husband, Dr. Spencer Tepe, inside their Columbus, Ohio home. Now, listen, I found this very interesting. Michael McKee and his ex-wife, Monique Tepe, were married for less than 2 years. They were married in Columbus, Ohio on August 22nd, 2015. Monique filed for divorce May 2017, and it was granted in June 2017. The couple only lived together for only 7 months before separating, with the divorce finalized less than 2 years after the wedding. During the proceedings, it was noted that they did not have children together, and Monique had kept her maiden surname throughout their marriage. Isn't that weird? Now, here's what I want to correct carefully. All right, bear with me here. A lot of the headlines keep labeling this as a Rockford, Illinois surgeon because he was arrested near his workplace in Rockford. Okay, workplace. But Chicago outlets and AP reporting connect him to Chicago, and ABC 7 related topic tags flag Lincoln Park as well, which matches what you've been seeing. He resided in the Chicago Lincoln Park area and worked in Rockford. Okay, just so we clear. Now, concern grew when the dentist didn't show up for work, something coworkers described as extremely out of character. A colleague went to the home to check on them, and that's when authorities were contacted. Prosecutors say there was no forced injury, no obvious theft, and the scene initially looked mysterious. Now, police have said they have a video which showed, I've seen the video as well. You can Google it. The video showed a person walking along a dark alley beside the home the night of the killing. And investigators have said a gun found in his Chicago apartment was a ballistic match, and they tracked vehicle movements from Columbus back to Illinois. Now, Mr. McKee, he pleaded not guilty in Franklin County, facing 4 aggravated murder counts and an aggravated burglary count, with prosecutors alleging a firearm suppressor was used. Guys, the part that makes your stomach completely drop, their 2 young children, 1 and 4, were at the home at the time, but they were unharmed. Praise God. Family members have spoken publicly saying Monique described her prior relationship as emotionally abusive. And when you hear that, it reframes the danger that can exist after relationships end, especially when someone refuses to accept no as the end of the story. That's just wild. They were not even together long enough. Ugh. Make sure you guys visit www.crownedbykenzie.com. Scroll down to our videos to find the Cocktails with Kenzie YouTube, and then you can keep scrolling. You can find all the podcast platforms where you can watch full video episodes and listen to audio versions. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like, and share. And if you have a question you need advice on, make sure y'all go to the website and click on Kenzie's Royal Court and submit your question. Your question could be featured on a future episode. Until next time, keep your crown straight, sip responsibly, no driving. And I'll check y'all out on the next episode. But make sure you keep in mind, everything on this episode was alleged. Bye, y'all.